And I think for Loud, it's going to be about trying to break up those team fights.
Yeah.
And pick off a bunch of individual 1v1s by harassing 100 Thieves before they set up for a big site exec.
Well, here's the agent select now. Okay, yep, Gecko.
Cryo Jet as well, though, which isn't something that we've really seen so far. We've seen him playing on, you know, the Chamber. We've seen him playing on the ISO, but haven't really seen him Cryo Jet.
Okay.
And there is Dijazine playing Reyna.
Yeah. Reyna's been getting some play, actually, on Icebox every now and then. I mean, the flashes are nice for trying to take peeks against offline angles. You can play one-and-dones as well. It's a nightmare to try and clear out the one-and-done spots on Icebox, to be honest. The way that the map ends up working out, the way that it's designed. And
now also, if you think about Loud's composition, has double drone. So if they were going up against a Reyna, they wouldn't have too many difficulties with it, because you could clear that out. Whereas 100 Thieves, what, you've got a drone, a recon, and then a wingman, but you don't really want to be using the wingman for info in the mid-round. You want to be mostly saving it for getting the plant down in the exec. So, yeah, I think this is a game where most eyes are going to be on Dijazine once we get onto the defense side. And again, 100 Thieves on the attack side, I think, are just going to be wanting to, you know, the crew strategy of we just go 12 rounds in a row. I have a feeling that's kind of where 100 Thieves should thrive.
Every team strategy. Now, we have an audio issue on the stage. I'll be up front. I'll be honest. I'm not going to lie to you. Do you want to guess, Josh, who it might be?
Well, how could I possibly... Well, actually, I mean, I can see a bunch of people gathered. So... Could potentially be Luke Show. Could potentially be Luke Show here.
Definitely in the Loud cam. Anyway, we'll be getting into it soon. And, you know, all that talk, Josh, you're saying about 100 Thieves on their attack side, going to be grouping up, trying to go for the execs, try and play to their strengths. Well, they're not on that side to begin with. They're on the defense side, so...
They are, yeah. And I think on defense, again, if they want to focus on micro team fight kind of stuff, that means you're going to be playing for retake a lot. Because... otherwise, you don't really have those big brawly kind of setups that often on Icebox. I mean, you could play A for a pretty heavy flood, but I think 100 Thieves have got all the pressure on them to turn this one around.
Yeah, well, that's what we're waiting to get into this one as well. Throughout his entire VCT career, we've seen Booio accumulate wins as well as tattoos, and here's a story behind some of his ink.
I'm gonna be honest, like all my tattoos besides like 2 of them are all anime because I just grew up watching anime when I was like, you know, 6, 7 years old. Shanks and Luffy from chapter 1, like the ending panel, I'm pretty sure. Hope I'm not wrong. Ichigo, it's like a custom drawing, it's not like from anything. Gon from Hunter x Hunter. Flamel from Fullmetal Alchemist. And then I have like a very large Goku Shenron on my leg. I have Chopper from One Piece as well. I think this is my favorite tattoo. Actually, it's my second favorite tattoo because my knuckles are my parents' birthdays. And like, I remember when I was like 8 years old, I always told them like, I don't know why when I was 8 I wanted tattoos, but I said I was always gonna get their birthday like tattooed somewhere on my body. So I'm glad I got to do that last year.
It's quite interesting. I mean, what's the meaning behind your tattoos, Josh?
My tattoos, my anime tattoos.
The ones that we can't show on broadcast.
Oh, right. Yeah, the barcode on the back of my head.
Yeah, that one? Yeah, that one?
Yeah, that.
What happens if you scan it?
Yeah, you get free rotisserie chicken from Costco. Does look like Luke Show's starting to pick some of his stuff up.
Audio's seeming okay. Wasn't holding him back on the last map.
No, it certainly wasn't. It certainly wasn't. Yeah. Certainly wasn't. This one, though, if you want to focus in on Luke Shaw a little bit, he's going to be on the Killjoy. He, on defense side, again, once we swap sides, is pretty limited. I mean, that's just the life of a Killjoy.
I describe it as purgatory.
Yeah, a little bit.
Icebox.
Playing defensive
You're kind of stuck
Icebox.
in the middle. You have to stay, okay, I'm going to lock down mid.
But on the attack side, you can actually get a little bit of freedom. And I would imagine, given the amount of lurking that he was trying to do on Haven, they might even have him do some, like, double lurks with Pancada, trying to find some timings up tube, or controlling some aggression towards mid. There are options.
Well, the time is nigh. We're heading into Icebox, and yeah, time ticking down indeed. Let's see. These teams have got cooked up. I'm very curious about Loud as well. All grouped up over towards B as we see Booio is going to be tested under a bit of pressure nice and early.
Yeah, this is a rough setup for 100 Thieves immediately.
Okay.
Great shot, though.
Yeah. Turret causing all sorts of distractions, and the drone just not quite clearing him off that line, so he's going back straight to safety.
This was a problem with 100 Thieves though on Haven. They weren't proactive enough to split away from their stacks. This time though, within the first 20 seconds, they are double pushing with Cryo and Asuna, and then starting to send some rotates back. And here's Luxio going for one of those lurks. Just like he did actually on round 1 of Haven.
Okay, Bullets just gone wide there. All he needed was 2, but 1 to the dome will work as well. Now, it's been whittled down very, very low, so the traded sight from EU. Lurk pushed through. The turret broken.
Toxins going up.
They're aware that it's a possibility. The rest of the 100 Thieves fully focusing now, trying to play this retake. Wall in their face, Bancada, Fuel, running low.
Asuna has Flash, has Wingman for Spike. They should be able to throw the Wingman on and then push forwards.
Here it comes. Wingman already sticking this one all the way throughout with the defuse. And listen, kills need to be found. On top of that, you need to be taking out that Wingman, but just a little bit shy and short of the mark there for Pancada. 100 Thieves steal away a pistol round.
And there's a great example of some of the things we were discussing. Luxio going for that lurk mid-timing. Asuna finding value out of the Wingman, which he'll be trying to do on the attack and defense side. And also 100 Thieves, broadly speaking, playing for retake. A heavy stack over towards A, and then just playing B for that off-site kind of retake style. And that does allow them to opt into their team fight kind of strengths that they've identified. So very different look here on Icebox. 100 Thieves with an opportunity to generate a little bit of momentum. And we're straight back into things, and Vinny in the first 7 seconds is up tube. He's caught the most ridiculous early timing.
Are they going to know about it now? Still, oh my, up top nest! You've just given away a gun.
That is a mad position to play on round 2.
And straight through the back, okay, Cryo seeking to at least stop them. Where they're standing, pushing past this. What's going to be causing issues, slowing down Loud for now. Chaotic beginnings to round 2. All drops though, and so do the bodies. Luke showed him. Okay, he's still finding kills. 2v3 turns into a 1v2. Santa, quick onto the flank now. Expected to a degree, Kawazine. It's all about this timing and whether or not it's going to be caught. And oh my god, he's just far too aware.
Kawazine picks up the Phantom that EU dropped in Nest. Does dirty things with it. As does Luxio, just with a Sheriff. Hit 2 blinder shots from his position around Maze to make that one winnable for Loud. I just don't think it's ever justifiable to be playing solo in that spot as a... I mean, maybe if you're playing like a Reyna or something, but even then it's a little bit risky in round 2 when you have the weapons. SDK can't believe it.
Yeah. Handed it to Loud, essentially. All that talk about how good the pistol round was going to be for 100 Thieves is taken and ripped straight away from them.
Oh yeah, absolute gold split disappointment run from 100 Thieves there. They have a chance and they squander it immediately.
It's a reset. Try again in the next run. Stealth drone up the top. Gonna have to get nice and quick there with the movement. It's broken though, not too sure how much it ended up spotting in a refight called for. Flash over the top is broken. Slower tempo. Bit more of a tempering being put in place here by Loud. Still, they might be punished soon enough.
I think...
Gonna face this, yeah, multitude of players. This is Loud not shying away. They don't want to walk away from this stack of players. There's so much danger potentially, but it's all navigated in time.
Fair enough, I guess. Loud managed to work their way through it despite the 4 players stack. They had Pancada on the opposite side of the map. They could have realized that there was a stack there and decided to disengage. But all good.
Vinny one away. Try and hunt for it. With his death, he's going to be building up the ult and reclaiming the gun on top of it. So this is good for Loud. As far as beginnings go, the ults are starting to generate. You're snowballing it. 100 Thieves only just getting their feet back underneath them with the money to buy up. And Cryo, he's got a big one in his hands. Nice operator. See if he can push back what Loud are doing.
Luxo's aim just looks so calm in those spots. The young Les, perhaps.
He might be making a name for himself, honestly.
Cryo's going for a walk down tube. Vinny did sprint up tube in round 2. And it looks like Pancada... Is he going for something, or did he just throw the orb? Yeah, just threw the Viper orb. Now going to monitor B, so Cryo doesn't have early picks necessarily.
Going for the repeak.
Yeah, if he does walk down tube, he's going to be taking a duel with Luke.
Dart to peek. He's just missed his chance. All grouped up now over towards A for Loud. Boosty, oh my god, your entire kit's going down, and that's the go button. They're sending it all the way forwards. Digizine, it's not slowing down up top rafters, nothing to be covered. They're inside. Vinny, plant, down and out. Shock dart tanked. Second one coming, but he's quick. Straight out of there. And Digizine, deep. Backside position, wants to try and take the fight straight to them. It's all about how he gets cleared out here and now, but the question is, can they do it? Not quite. Digizine straight out with a dismiss. This is benefits you really have when you're running the Reyna. You can be aggro, you can be as aggressive as you like, because if you get that kill and you've got that confidence, causing issues now for 100 Thieves. Snakebite scattered down, and there it is. Dismiss straight back and away. Bullets through the walls. This guy cannot be denied. And time ticking away from them. Snakebite with the salvos. It's a deadly combo.
So much post-plant util here as well from Loud. You know, they've got the Snakebite, they've got Shock Dart, Salvo, Teho Ultimate as well online. And in the next round, if Luxio could manage to get up to an orb, he's going to have his ult online before EU. So that means a potential for a free lockdown here to just completely snowball the half for Loud. In fact, I don't think 100 Thieves are going to be able to even buy. They saved the Operator and a Vandal, but they're not going to be able to buy up anything around it.
It's scraps. It's really what they're going to be working with, and a bit of prayers as well, hoping that somebody's going to walk into Cryo's line of sight angle. Aggro with the salvos, nice and early here. My god, you got a flash out in your hands, Digizine. So damn lucky to be alive, and up top, not expecting this one. EU finally taken out with a trade in sight. Rifle aim, or not quite the op shot, just going wide. Unconventional. We've seen better from Cryo. Just seems to be a bit of an off day for 100 Thieves potentially here with the lockdown now placed down. You can hear it. Footsteps scurrying away from 100 Thieves. Can't play towards this one. Asanova stays as welcome. Just ever so slightly will be detained in the process, but he got them a pick.
If 100 Thieves can find a pick on DG while he's playing aggressively here, it might be doable.
All grouped up towards rafters. The Digizine off to the side, just sees the shoulder. Baiting out these shots. This is beautiful work by Asana. Slowly whittling his way into a possible win con for the round still. Luxio, how do you deal with this guy up top? Down low, and Wingman denied entirely. Pancada. Tidy little three-piece. Puts a bow onto that round, and now it's 4-1 for Loud.
Dialing things back to the beginning of the round, I think 100 Thieves absolutely had their opportunities. 2 whiffed shots from Cryo with the op. He had to hit those. The first one, it kind of looked like DG did the Fosbury flop over the top of the op shot. He jumped over it completely. In the 100-meter hurdles.
Yeah.
And then the second one, he's moving as he takes the shot, so it just flings it wide.
Straight in again. But the dart and the salvos, good luck trying to play aggro up towards pipes. The space has to be conceded and given up, makes it a bit easier. And look, they've inserted Luxio into that spot on top of it.
Boostio's had a lot of contact in this defense already. Got caught by the Teho drone, remember, a couple rounds ago. Got found on the pistol, even though he did a good job there.
Don't think Digizine's going to expect that angle that Boostio is playing.
But at some point, Boostio might just swing, because he doesn't want to stay trapped in kitchen the whole time.
There it is. There's the timing. Spotting just the foots, and Digizine backs himself out and away. He's in the danger zone, but attacked up potentially by the turret. Still dropped down, and Asana's been found in the midst of all of this chaos. Pancada. Take your pick of the site that you really want at this point if you are allowed. Salvos, waiting for those to come back online, gives a bit of peace of mind, but the plan needs to be defended in time, and it will be just that. From on high, Cryo denies. Kawazine, nice little two-piece once more, and EU left to stew in this spot, really. Just see if you can save this gun.
EU ulted, by the way, and he's about to get cleaned up by Luxio as well.
Yeah.
I might be wrong here. We didn't quite catch it on the camera, I don't think, but I think EU ulted A, possibly, thinking that that was an A finish because of the pick that happened onto Asana. Oh. It feels like 100 Thieves have lost the plot a little bit. Now, I might be wrong. He might have been over towards Boiler. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, so it was over towards B.
Just trying to deny the plant.
Yeah, and put a load of
coming
pressure, just kind of relieve some pressure from Xander.
Yeah.
But he was so far away. I mean, he was playing over towards like Boiler at that point. 2 players dropped instantly, though. Dude, Luke Shaw is playing so well, though. He's alone in a lot of these spots. Like that round, he's just alone over towards A, and a lot of players will play a solo very passively because they don't want to accidentally run into someone on an off angle. There's like 10 different angles that a defender can be posted on. Luke Shaw's just wandering up, and he's just like, yeah, where's the fight? I'll have it. Why not? And he just wanders in, kills Asuna. Again, playing the complete opposite side of the map to the rest of Loud.
Yeah.
He's very rarely with the team. They're almost always doing these 4-1 kind of setups.
It's a simple thing as well, on top of what Loud are already doing. Actually saw Crew doing it as well earlier. There's that Diet Milk, Josh. You were talking about that the other day when we were in rehearsals.
Diet Milk, also known as skimmed milk.
Yeah.
Semi-skimmed milk?
Semi-skimmed milk, potentially.
I guess skimmed milk would be like Milk Zero.
Yeah, we're not going to go down this path, because if we do, we're not stopping. And listen, it is a half.
We've got an eco round.
Yeah, you know, it's time.
I mean, Cryo, though, is going to try to get something done with the Blade Storm. I feel like a lot of the times we're looking at EU, this is the 3rd round, by the way, out of 7 that he's tucked himself into this nest spot. That is an unusual thing to be so determined to make work.
Big setup. Oh my god, just dropping straight down. There's a molly at your feet. Still the players are lined up nicely for Benkada. Drops them in place. Cry going for the repeat now, but forced to dash himself out and away. There's a gun, reclaimed, picked up. Asuna ready and waiting now, and he's got his ult in the back pocket on top of it. Danger here for Loud, at least. 100 Thieves have been looking for a moment like this.
Cryo has an idea that Digizine is much deeper on site than he actually is. At this point, having not been timing, he's pretty confident they're just going for the normal re-hit. Thrash. 40 seconds, though. Still plenty of time for Loud to go back into this.
Yeah, broken close wall's going to be going down on top of it.
But it still gives 100 Thieves the info with how many people were shooting the Thrash.
Time's going to be a problem.
30 seconds
for Loud to try and play around. To force the issue now. Don't know how much fuel they've really got. Waiting and kicking. Flash up and over towards the top. Here's a Blade Storm! Unreal! And listen, Digizine could have been a happy accident there, I think, with the Blade Storm dished out. He dismissed right into the line of sight of it. Still, if you're 100 Thieves, you're taking it.
Absolutely. They need it around like that. They're still 5-2 down. They need Cryo to activate. He's missed a couple of shots with the Operator, but this has previously been his map. You get him on Jet, you get him up, and you get him with a Blade Storm, and he's been able to get wins in the past for 100 Thieves. I mean, sometimes single-handedly.
They needed that.
He's up towards the top of the scoreboard now for 100 Thieves. Can they keep going? Pit used instantly on B.
Okay.
And the stack is A.
The major difficulty, though. I wonder if 100 Thieves are going to go for a refight. Doesn't look like it with Cryo holding on to the Operator.
Interesting call here. You know that A is going to be stacked, so you go through mid instead. Mid is awkward on Icebox, though. It's so easy to get caught in uncomfortable positions.
Yeah. Both drones being used just to see if they can cement themselves into that spot. Clearing out Luke Shaw as well. No one following up, just a tag, and he overstays his welcome on top of it.
Yeah, he continues being aggressive. He's just been tagged by a drone, and he's still in the same area of the map, and in fact, taking a bit more space, looking to take the duels over towards Pipes. He's so confident.
Salvo's up towards the rafters. The dart has to be covered in time, and what a shot! Quick scope, straight to the chest. Digizine's going to be dropped onto the side itself. Flash up and over the top. Quick reactions, yet still 100 Thieves going to be toppling here. This is Loud, not to be denied this side. Another tap as well, seeing if they can force these players out wide into these personal engagements, close quarters potentially at it. And they're just plucking these players out and away. So much damage done to Kawa. Oh no,
so weak, and he has the spike.
Eu's been spotted off to the side there, in through, back. Need to clear these players out to the side. My God, how are they so damn capable? Pressure applied to these Loud players, and they're just thriving in it.
Really nice discipline in spots like this too. They don't rush to get the spike planted. They just hold.
Yeah.
Forcing 100 Thieves to be the ones that make the mistake. It's a great shot by Cryo. I mean, that is what you're looking for from your upper. But as the time was running low, 100 Thieves' hands were forced, and Xander and EU just couldn't land the shot. It all could have gotten incredibly awkward if Quarantine had died there.
Yeah.
7 HP with a spike at 410.
Now, this opener that Loud have been doing over and over again. Salvos on pipes, in through main, dart to the side. It's been causing all sorts of issues for 100 Thieves, and I was wondering, are they going to go for a refight at any point? But listen, the weaponry's not ideal here, and just peeking up towards the top, you're just dropping bodies in front of you. Crew were doing something very similar when they played Icebox the other day. Might see another fight to be taken.
Last time Loud were on an anti-eco like this, they forced it through A, even though that was where 100 Thieves were stacking. And it worked. They still got all of the kills. But this is another situation again where Tejo drone used, now Sova drone used. They're going to confirm there are a few players here.
Yep.
They're still going to go for it.
The flash going to be doing too much here. Oh, revealed straight behind the gen, and that's an Nano Swarm at your feet. Vinny! Vinny! Oh my goodness. Single digits, I think, but vulnerable up out to the side as well, pushing these players into awkward spots. Loud! Listen, it might get chaotic, but they slow it down at the right moments. They show that hesitation. It's not quite hesitation, I suppose, if it's all on the same page. They're just tempering it.
30 seconds
Putting a squeeze onto 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I think their play off each other has been a lot better than 100 Thieves today. And that discipline, that patience you're talking about, it does feel like a bit of a new thing for Loud.
Yeah.
Think about how the desk were framing this game at the beginning of the day. They said this is two teams that are really aggro, and they're just going to be taking chunks out of each other. And I don't really feel like we've seen very much of that, actually.
No.
I think instead what we've seen is Loud playing quite a lot of slow rounds, actually mid-round calling pretty well, and then finding opportunities provided to them from people like Digicino or Luxo. And then they're able to kind of capitalize on that. 12 and 3, by the way, up towards the top of the scoreboard again. Luxo.
It's being pushed forwards, placed into these forward positions. Again, the same util combo. You can't disrespect it if you are 100 Thieves. I was wondering if you were going to go for the refight into A main. I've been talking about it, but when your Sentinel setups all the way further back, the Nano Swarms at least, you're just trying to play it, delay, and retake potentially. It's difficult. It's not a lot going right for 100 Thieves here, but at least you have the guns in your hands to try and turn it around.
They actually haven't been playing retake that much either. I mean, if they have been playing retake, it's been like player disadvantage retake.
Sure.
They haven't been fully falling off the A site and trying to group up and go for big team fights. Whereas I think this is the round to do it. See if Cryo can get a pick as Loud or execing, and then play back in with the lockdown.
Wait for the cooldowns again. You can see Tamale ricocheting in through the back. That's going to be clearing out towards Jenny, but Sliders are windows of opportunity still. Cryo, he overstays it. He's wanting to do more.
They're playing to fight. They're playing to flood instead of playing the retake. There goes the lockdown.
And they are dropping like flies. One left to stand towards the back of the site. All the movement in the world not going to be saving you from that second player swinging out wide. This is Loud on an absolute tear. It's been slow and steady at the beginning of every single round, but they just carve out the win cons, don't they?
And I just think that's the wrong call. Cryo gets one and chooses to re-peek instead of dashing out, because the call for 100 Thieves is, we're going to stay, we're going to fight. And I think when you have a lockdown in that spot, the play is just to play the 5v4 retake. Xander gets one.
Big and ISO some more of these fights, but Digicine steps up to the task.
They're getting smacked around here.
Yeah.
This is the team, Loud, that is 0-2 and lost to 2G last week. Hello?
Complete
What's going on?
Revitalization. I mean, we were both talking about it with the mid-rounding for Loud.
This is also the 100 Thieves that just beat EG. And yeah, okay, it's... EG are not like up at the top of the standings or anything, but 100 Thieves themselves were talking after the EG game like they'd fixed something. They were like, oh man, we've really figured out what's going on. We're going to hit our stride now. We're going to really settle into things. And they come out here, and this is... Am I wrong in saying this is the worst performance we've seen from 100 Thieves this year?
Yeah, it feels lackluster. Trying to be gentle around it, but yeah, it's not good. And 100 Thieves taking this time out now. They need ideas. They need some of the work around this. They do have double initiator. Been calling it. When they go for that salvo dart take towards the front A, and they pause, waiting for the salvos to come back on cooldown, you can go for a refight. It's a good call if you want to try and play towards it.
Well, now they're on an eco.
Yeah. So your options are just even more limited. You've got 2 rounds left.
Yeah. Ziggs is taking the tactical timeout. One of the things he was talking about in the coach interview between map 1 and 2 was about being proactive. He said, I have instilled this into them.
Cracking the knuckles.
Yeah.
But
have they been that proactive? Are they going for those reclears? Are they trying to catch Lucho when he's solo lurking A? Are they doing any kind of mid-walk in the mid-round, flank retaking? I feel like they're playing a very basic game of Icebox here and just getting destroyed by mostly this standard A exec.
yeah, it's a standard A hit. A lot of thought being put into it by Loud, don't get me wrong with the util, but it's nothing crazy.
And now every ult is online for Loud.
That's an early lockdown.
5v5 on the eco. Well, I mean, I guess
Listen, 2
you want
rounds
to be
left.
winning it.
Yeah. Push back up. This is Xander taking space off the back of it. Have this drone for the re-clear on top, though.
So instead of using the lockdown in the previous round to play retake A, Booio rips it in the first 20 seconds. And now they're going to have to play offsite on B.
Unconventional. Really? Armageddon trying to push these players straight into you. And my god. Works to perfection, doesn't it? Digizine just lands the one. Asuna able to trade this one out, but you're working with barely anything at this point, and the timing just about missed there. Vinny, hold up. Up towards top there still. Finally got a handle on it, and EU not long for this world, I don't think. 22 health. Shock darts have to be avoided. It's long-range artillery, man. EU's going to be struggling to find any sort of way to get back in here.
Does get this overall, even with his death, which is an inevitability at this point. Round 11 goes the way of Loud. 100 Thieves traded a lockdown there for a lockdown from Lucio and the Tejo ult from Vinny. So I guess in some sense you could call that a positive for them heading into the final round of the half. But we are clutching at straws to get any level of positives out here for 100 Thieves. Loud have been utterly dominant, utterly in control.
He's having a fun time.
He's 15 and 4. He's dominating.
Having a fun time on that VCT stage. This is it. It's all in for this half of Icebox, 100 Thieves. So your map is going to be relying on all of this here and now. Hunter's Fury in for the back, and that is perfect. Tracking Cryo taken out, cleaned out. And here it is, dropped down to the floor there. It's going to be a response and an answer. There's that refight we were discussing. The attempt of all of this here. Asuna up towards the top. Drop down to double digits and off towards the flank as well. Tap goes the rifle. Booio cleans up Kawazine in the end.
This is one of the first times where 100 Thieves have threatened the flank. Double pushing out there. That does now make it a little more difficult for these Loud players. But these are both of the top fraggers from Loud, Lucio and Pancada. Can they be stopped?
Hilo set up. Trying to flicker the wrist off to the side. EU puts a stop to that. So 9-3 is going to be where we're standing for this first half of Icebox. Again, it's not ideal for 100 Thieves. For Loud, though, what a turnaround.
Yeah, they're looking immaculate. The only cope you could throw out there for 100 Thieves is that sometimes this map can be crazy attack-sided.
Yeah.
If a team just doesn't really understand how to defend, you can get mad run-backs. And in theory, I think 100 Thieves should be opting into these big team fight executes. But they're going to have to deal with Digizine on Reyna, and he is going to want to try to find those early picks.
Absolutely. Let's send it down to Liz. She is standing by with some special guests.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Now I'm here with recording artist Miko. And if you don't know who he is, you are so talented. Like, genuinely such a talented recording artist. Your song, Good Luck, Have Fun. You know, I was stalking your music, absolutely insane. But you do play Valorant. We were talking about it a little bit before. And I asked you before, since, like, you know, agents often have a song that comes out with them, if you had to design a dream agent for one of your songs to come out with, what would that dream agent be?
Well, y'all already got a Filipino, so I don't know if I can claim that one, but I don't know. I feel like my music is made for people that, like, kind of have a lot going on in their lives, but, like, they just kind of put their headphones on and drown it out. So I feel like, I don't know, something like almost Baby Driver-ish, like somebody that has a lot of drift features in there. Okay. Maybe like an ult that's kind of rhythm-based. That would be super cool. That'd be actually really, really cool. And also, we all got a lot going on. It's all good. Which I think I will love your music so much. Now, you are from Toronto, or Toronto, as the Canadians from Toronto, right? So
Are you going to be at Masters Toronto, though?
If I'm in the city, probably.
Hey, let's go. But so now I think a lot of us will be visiting Toronto for the first time. Do you have any advice for those of us who are going to the city for the first time? And do not say go to Tim Hortons.
Was not going to. Anyways, I think definitely there's an amphitheater actually super close by to where Masters is going to be. Bud Stage. Cop a ticket for a show there. There's a lot of great artists that play there, and lawn tickets are only about like $40. So.
Oh, nice. Well, we support the arts, but we have a game to get back to, folks. Let's send it back.
Love that. Yeah, supporting artists. All the rest here.
It would be a long, long road to Masters Toronto for either of these teams.
Hard pronouncing the T at the end there. That is going to get people riled up, Josh. I'm telling you right now, man.
That's just, I mean, that's how it's written, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a disgusting string of rounds on the timeline. Not if you're a Loud fan.
Double Sheriff on both sides here. And again, DG is going to be trying to fight before 100 Thieves can set up.
Oh my goodness, it's so damn aggro. Boostio. Matters into your own hands. Hold on.
Wow.
Reload in opportune time, but he's got help arriving in spades. The rest of his team having to clean it all up. So at this point, put the pistol around in the bag, man. It's going to be over.
Ooh.
Oh, Pancada.
He'd have to win a 1v5 ace, though,
Yeah.
in order to turn the tide of this round.
I don't think they're going to be able to cast the cursor that much.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Great idea, though, from 100 Thieves, just picking up the Sheriff. Go for those double body shot kind of plays at the beginning of the round to take out people who are trying to fight aggro. High-low setup as well from these two in the corner. I want to see the Boostio replay. How's he got that one done? He was hitting some nice shots on map 1, actually, which is kind of weird to say because we've had so few positives from 100 Thieves over the course of this series, but Boostio, he ends the first half with 3 kills and then gets 2 on the pistol, and basically he's like winning it for his team here.
A couple of body shots. Gets the job done, though.
It does. The Sheriff on the pistol, a Gen G strategy from 2024, and both teams opted into it. Now, 100 Thieves are going into the stack here from Loud. And again, we saw Loud do this actually a lot, but they just kind of patiently held their ground and dealt with the stack instead of pivoting away from it. What does 100 Thieves do? They'll just spray them all down, I guess.
Okay. No one ready for Cryo to be that deep onto the line, apparently. We love a good eco ace. We love a good eco ace. The Jazine. It's like, oh my god, how do I avoid this guy? How do I avoid this guy? Snappy for the iByPower ace. That's hashtag unlock your ace as well on socials as well. Free PC giveaway for the first ace of the week and $100 Riot gift cards and $100 in iByPower rewards every time there's an ace. Let's just see it again.
This one was so fast. How's he managed to spray down 4 in that spot? I only even see 3 players on the screen. But yeah, you can follow at iByPower on socials, hashtag unlock your ace. Now, Cryo's got a Blade Storm up already, but it doesn't actually matter that much. They're headed into the bonus because they didn't lose anyone. They still have full rifles anyway, but it's always nice just to have in your back pocket.
Yeah, why not?
Here's a play on B, though. We're watching the action on A.
This is in.
Oh, is he going to go for something? There
don't
could
know.
be fights on both sides.
Oh, they want to go for it. They heard the reload, I think. Yeah, here's the swing and here's the fight. Cryo dropped. Moment's notice. Dismissed straight back. And there's that fight. What an adjustment by Pancada. The double face. This almost gets both.
There's that proactive re-clear fighting that you were asking 100 Thieves to do when they were on the defense side. This time Loud do it on A. Timing for EU. It's not really going to work. He's going to run into all of Luke Show's util.
Salvos at your feet. Still spike goes down. Hold on. Does he see that on the rope? Not quite. Asuna. Safe for now.
I'm surprised that didn't pop up on minimap.
Safe for now. Okay, well, EU caught, and there it is. Asuna being the danger player. Sort of deep up towards top nest as well, causing heads on a swivel. Luke Show trying to really dig his way out of this one. Somehow has landed with just Asuna up top and alone. And Luke Show, man, he's just a one-man army.
That's a round and a half from him. What a I mean, he's clearly been the best player in the server today. You heard Mitch say it. If you're looking at you know, players coming up through Brazil, there's plenty of people. You're not just looking at Luke Show. Brazil has got a bunch of talent, but The 3K in the round is so important. Now, having said that, because Loud only kept a couple players alive, their eco is massively damaged. And so despite winning in round 15, they are going to save. Just trying to make sure that they don't allow 100 Thieves to break their economy fully and start running something back.
Xander might be in trouble here.
This is very aggressive from Loud.
The net is squeezing. 2 angles to watch for if you're Xander, and he realizes that there's a lot of danger here. You can't give away this gun, but he's just walking steadily out and away! Bullet straight through the box, and he needs an evacuation play. Here and now, he's squaring up. He wants to try and take this fight. Blinded up as anything still. Bodies are falling, toppling. And Luke Shodo not long for the war. That's Cryo perched up onto that high ground, plant down on top of it for 100 Thieves, but there's ways back in if you are Loud.
Incredibly important double entry there from Cryo.
The Salvo's first wave of things out from Loud, clears out most of Dice. Triple holding this one together. Digizine's the one with the rifle, but he is the lowest player. And they hear it, the rumble of the footsteps, and just missing those timings ever so slightly. The rifle out wide, pressing the advantage, pushing forwards. 100 Thieves making sure that there's no gaps in the play.
That one was an eco round for Loud though, remember. Only a couple of Vandals that they brought in there. But they are going to be going up against the Thrash. Asana's got now this pretty sizable attacking ultimate online. And 100 Thieves are headed back over to the A site. So just like on the pistol, where Loud were trying to contest this space, and 100 Thieves were getting set up for an exec, actually this time Digizine not looking to fight aggro, just hiding on top of screens.
Gotta be careful of that one. Well, Snake by Shock, full front A control.
Oh yeah!
Giving up over towards 100 Thieves. Gonna use that Thrash to see if they can pave the way in. Cheeky with the movement, very cheeky with the movement, and you have to sidestep it, drop back off that high ground angle to Jazine. He's eager to take that engagement and that fight, swinging through into the back of the side. Oh my, it's getting messy and it's getting scrappy. Ults offloaded. Empress now, Jazine trying to make a go of it. He could pave a way forwards. Ash broken, take it out. Moment of respite in between the round here, but not for long. Where did these teams play? And they were just waiting for the cooldown. Start, Salvo's in through the back. Cryo! Still the indicator, he's going to be dropped down to the missiles. And Ashley, you have to do it all. Time ticking though, still potentially a win confident to play around entirely. And swinging round and away. Pancada. He's got another rough position, but that spike plant, unorthodox up top. Pancada sticking, he knows he needs half. He knows he needs it, and he hasn't even got it. It's Asana who plays it well in the midst of all that chaos to earn 100 Thieves, that 7th round.
That is a scrappy round. I thought Loud had that one wrapped up, especially when Cryo gets caught by the salvos, not repositioning properly. And Pancada was on the flank. But yeah, it's Asana who does thrive in chaos like that. Tucking himself into hell, being able to pick up both of the players that were closer to the defuse. And I'm not sure if they had a read that Pancada was on the flank, but his positioning was perfect to avoid getting shot in the back. Now Louder on another eco. It does feel like 100 Thieves are running this one back.
Take flight.
The ults, though, are going to start to get up here for Loud. If they want to run some kind of, you know, lockdown retake, Teho ults and salvos to deny plant. Like, there are ways that this could get dangerous for 100 Thieves here, even on an anti-eco.
Standing ahead.
Hold on, where are they going? Straight back and over.
Weird, though, to not leave someone on A if the idea was to always return. They've actually just inserted Xander. They found a nice timing, though. They're going to be getting in here just as the Sova drone disappears.
That's
but
you've
got to be a little bit worried that DG has pushed up.
Oh, that dart. False information for Kawazine. Still, he might be able to get a kill if this isn't cleared properly, appropriately. And Cryo, it's lovely. Just crouches and swings straight into the fight. And all the danger just evaporates like that.
And now in a 4v5, almost certainly don't want to be using any of these ultimates. You also don't want to be giving ults to 100 Thieves.
Very aggro in through the back of the side here with the salvos drop down. Might be set up for a nice and awkward fight indeed. Cryo was handed a challenge. He'll happily take it and give you the goods.
It's a round for Xander to hunt. Just so that he can get the pit online, but he's not going for it.
Mankata. This guy just doesn't miss. Still, he's trapped. Got close to the corner here. He'd love to try and keep this rifle forward. Snake bite. Narrowly avoided. Mankata! Why does Mankata never miss, Josh?
I don't know. It's been a mystery for years in the Brazilian scene. No one can figure it out. Why Pancada never miss?
Why?
Why? Why? He's 19-9.
Oh. Silver lining for 100 Thieves, I suppose. One step closer to all the ults, like you were saying. You said it was Xander that should be hunting. He was the last to die, but he does get that ult online. One step away as well for Asuna. I think he's 1 point away, and it's forced his timeout out of Loud, so breathing room, because at this point you are kind of losing control entirely of the game. If not, it's already been lost for Loud, even though still leading by 2 rounds. It's 10-8.
But if they lose this round, it's probably drawn level.
Yeah.
Because this is an eco swing round for Loud. If they lose this, then 100 Thieves are going to be with the weapon advantage, and it probably goes 10-10. So this is, I mean, I would, you know, it's somewhat the right time to take a tactical timeout, but I would have liked it even a round earlier. I always prefer taking it in the eco round before the big round, because I think when you take tactical timeouts right here, you allow 100 Thieves the opportunity to think, all right, well, we know that Loud are going to do something different. So how are we going to knock them off their game? And so 100 Thieves can pull some, you know, set strat out of the playbook and really try to disrupt the adjustment that Loud are going for. Harder to build that game plan if you do it a round earlier. Now, are we really seeing nobody playing on the A side? Full A retake setup with lockdown? It does look like it. Just gonna put an alarm bot for information, maybe?
Lucio has been standout, so okay.
Pancada got into a hard anchor position here, though, but... Oh, he's gonna pit.
Straight down main. It's gonna be sealing off a decent chunk of the map away from 100 Thieves.
Yeah, that's a nasty pit. It does leave the entire top section open, though. Deep
drone as well. Digizine's been pushed into that forward position onto B. A lot of map control right now for Loud. Digizine.
He's going to get some action.
Can you handle it? Onto the high ground. It's incredibly unorthodox, and yeah, just not anticipated by Booio. Dropped away out of the fight. Bit of a flash on top of it. 100 Thieves are going to need to come up with a solution. Now the Spike is still sitting around A main. They're hoping to fake some B pressure. Pull players away that they can get into the pit, I think.
Yeah. I mean, are they hoping that Pancada full rotates? That's almost never going to happen.
It's very awkward. 40 seconds left. Still have front B control.
DG's going to have another opportunity here. Another chance to get value out of the Reyna. On defense side, you can just play any angle.
Yeah. This was read further in advance. Listen, they're going to have a lot of ults, I think, Loud for the retake coming through. Yep. It's a flash into the face of Digizine, though. Out through over towards the top. Needs to be ready to contain and maintain composure. Thrashing through the back. It's a good connection. The dart and the molly. Armageddon offloaded. Trying to cut these players out of the picture. Lockdown's going to be utilized. Just try and push them back and away here. This is a very chaotic round indeed, but order position firmly gained here by 100 Thieves. They're not being budged from Snowman, from whatever. It's a 3-2-1 swing into the back just in case they could catch a player unaware. For Loud, they're going to be wondering what went wrong here. That was 3 ults invested from them into this round.
And I think the answer to that question, what went wrong, is that 100 Thieves had a really nice call of flashing and taking Snowman control. Probably Asuna that goes for that call. Now, it might not be. Obviously, we're not inside the comms. But the way that Asuna led that fight, threw his wingman down for a plant position for Snowman, and then immediately flashed through the wall, is stopped DG from being able to have impact. Because they're already past him. And then this is brutal.
Yeah.
You just...
Good luck.
Yeah, hands off the keyboard at that point. You can't do anything. You've been checkmated. And Cryo is now top fragging. I don't know what has he been doing that for the last few rounds, maybe, but that's it's a big turnaround because it's been Luxio and Pancada the entire map basically. Now they've slowed down a little.
Cloud's got a bit of a weird bite all over the place, really here, and appropriate discipline being shown by 100 Thieves. They're very, very ready for the aggro A hold, dismantling it almost as soon as they can get it set up here. Now, Kawazi not to be dissuaded. He still wants to hold close. There's a dart to the side. Doesn't catch him. He could do some damage here, and it's really all just on him, I think, as that playmaker up top. Luxio just trying to play that high-low as well. Now backing himself out and around to a wave for 10. Not anticipating it. Cryo straight up and over the ropes. And this is going to be that 10th round now for 100 Thieves. On top.
They're right back in the game. And this is the Cryo that was promised.
Okay.
I was expecting this to come out on Haven because Cryo's ISO has been excellent every time we've seen 100 Thieves come out on Haven. But they got battered there and he never really got a chance to get back into the game. He was losing his 1v1s inside of the ults. He was losing 1v1s, I think it was on the pistol round, was it? Where he got outplayed by Kalanzine.
Absolutely, yeah.
And he was missing some op shots at the start of this map as well when he was on the defense side. I thought we were just getting basically a bad day out of Cryo, and he has completely turned that on its head. Loud burning their second attack timeout in 2 rounds?
Yeah,
I think
it feels like it.
Did it right before round 19?
Maybe, yeah. That's tough. It's tough for Loud in this spot because you haven't, I mean, you put 1 round on the board, round 15 in this half so far, and since then, it's just all 100 Thieves. Yeah,
and round 15 was the only round where they had gun advantage. So if you're talking about even or disadvantaged rifling situations, they've just been getting destroyed. And it's mostly just Cryo. I mean, Asuna's had some big rounds too. He had a really important clutch where he tucked underneath Hell on A. But so much of this is Cryo, tip of the spear, getting into spots where he can find these early fights and just ripping the Loud players away. Have we seen DG pick up the op yet?
I don't think so.
I don't believe so, and he's bought it here now. It is entirely feasible to run it on the Reyna. But where's he going? Is he walking down to you with it?
All
no.
over the place.
Full rotating to B.
Most of the danger's really been coming from this A site. If you are Loud, trying to play against this, it's that snakebite shot. Early pressure to push them off from. Grabbing up that orb, getting these ults online.
I would imagine that this is just going to be a bit of a default into Booio ulting on A kind of round. Boostio's holding B for now. But Cryo and Asuna have full pipes control, and at any point here, the IGL of 100 Thieves can start coming around over towards A and get a pretty clean entry.
They're doubled up side by side. Thrown up and over the top. It's going to be broken onto the long-range angles. Flash up and over. Dash straight back. 100 Thieves. No drawing of blood just yet. Trying to trick each other out.
Here comes Booio. Ah, no, he's going towards mid, actually.
45 seconds left, and it feels a bit slapdash, doesn't it? What is the call? What's the play to be made? Are you going to use ults to try and get themselves in? Because they're still side by side. Close quarters. Him and Vinny up and over towards the top here on top of Pipes. Cryo dealt with. Slight jiggled as well. Luxio over the shoulder. To firing line, apparently, is how they're going to be dealing with most of this. All in the form of Luxio. Young player, new to this stage. But my God, is he performing. Are you realizing? Play for whatever wins you can get into this round here. Keep the gun. Try and earn yourself an orb because this round entirely lost in the process. Loud bring themselves up to 11. First round in a long while.
And was that because of the tactical timeout and an adjustment that they made? I'm not sure I can really give all the credit there to a big tactical adjustment. I mean, Cryo's entry didn't quite find the value off the first dizzy throw. And
I
when he
think
walked
the
into
goal,
pipes, they couldn't.
the goal might have been to refight over the Booio lockdown. Because Vinny didn't use his salvos at all at the beginning. He was holding them for the time. He didn't want to be caught in a 40-second window where he couldn't use them to try and break.
That's what I'm thinking, though, because the lockdown, I mean, since the change, the salvos are not just getting evaporated.
Yeah. But they had more players there. They had a shock dart or two, I think.
That's what I'm thinking. But if you do Boostio's ult on pipes, it can be top or bottom.
Sure.
So then how do you know for sure to land a shock on it? That might be what they're afraid of for sure, like the salvo shock combo. But
they're doing the same again.
But this time Boostio's going up to pipes. So, but this is weird. Like putting it here, you know it's on the high ground. So now I could see them just using. I mean, Kawanzine has the ultimate this round anyway, so it's a pointless discussion. But they're just allowing them to take the whole site.
Okay, all right.
They're playing for ult denial. Sorry, plant denial, presumably.
Straight in to the site. Open access now for Cryo, and the timing taken. Digizine as a bullet to the temple. He's no more. Salvos. Moving the wingman, and the plant not going to be going down too easily at that. Shock darts ricocheting, just about missing, including these snake bites. Vulnerable up across the board. Hunter's Fury, though. And there it is, that double damage done. Tearing it through these 100 Thieves players. Seeking a bit of safety, backing themselves away. Trying to play this one a little bit more aggro as well. Together, over the shoulder. Brings it down to just 2 players left to do it. On the Loud side of things, Luke Shaw and Vinny, they're just not quite able to handle it. Cryo, no slowing down.
29 kills. He's taken over completely. In that final little 2v3 scenario, Luke Shaw's taking a direct duel against Cryo. Cryo's holding the angle, he is favored in it, but those are spots earlier on where it felt like Luke Shaw could do no wrong.
Yeah.
And now it is absolutely Cryo who's hitting every shot. He's just winning almost all of the duels he takes. 29 and 16, carrying 100 Thieves to make this comeback a reality. After a 9-3 half.
Aggro util being used by Loud here. Just on top pipes, but it doesn't do enough to push them back. I mean, 100 Thieves are all the way in front section of A. It's all theirs. Trying to double face up, remove some of this util. Keep them guessing in the footsteps. Big rumble. I don't think Xander's going to be hearing that, though. Still, he's got open access to Kitchen.
Where's the turret?
Not too sure.
I mean, they didn't use a nanoswarm to break it at the beginning, so what?
Oh, Xander, yeah. Filthy work indeed. They're none the wiser. Love to see if they can clean and root this guy out of position. It's inevitable at this point. This is going to be that 12th round for 100 Thieves.
Mitch was talking about it on the desk. This was a playground for Xander when he was in Tier 2. His map.
Yeah.
And this round, he just had the freest timing through mid. I mean, I'm not sure we'll be able to get a replay of what happened to the turret, but usually I would expect it to be like, you know, nanoswarm lineup that's thrown over towards Kitchen and it takes down the turret really early on, but Booio still had both of his up, so I genuinely don't know what happened to the turret that round, because it should have been watching for that. Maybe Xander broke it early and was taking a late reclear, but then Loud didn't react to it.
Yeah.
Strange stuff happening here. Loud losing their grip.
Yeah, they certainly are. Just dominance from one half to the next. Both of these teams taking turns. Digizine will hope to keep this rifle intact. My God, dismissed. Okay. Keeps the gun in his hands here, but it is 100 Thieves up to 12 nevertheless.
Oh, here's what happened to the turret then, right at the beginning of the round. It's thrown out.
Yeah.
And then it vanishes.
Don't know.
It vanishes.
Did place it though.
Schrodinger's turret. No, they must have made a play to get rid of it, and we just missed what happened. But presumably that was a nice play from 100 Thieves to set Xander up for the lure. Here's Loud fighting over this.
Oh, it's full aggro. This is it. All in. Why not? Throw everything together and see if you can come on top and top of the carnage. 100 Thieves trying to win these fights out. And my God, it's a bloodbath. Loud were trying to put them into the blender. Got turned right back onto them. Kawanzine has got to be snappy and more so than that to stand a chance. Tracks it onto the side, and 13-11 is where we end here with Icebox. 100 Thieves straight back at it. And map 3 on the cards.
That is going to fire up this 100 Thieves team. Soon as they found opportunities to swap to the attack side, get Cryo into positions, he feasted, he farmed. 30 kills he ends on. Incredible performance from Cryo.